All right, we're gonna boost the crap out of this buttercup. Oh, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another scooter video. Today we're up here at my local Centerville skate park, and there is literally nobody here. Probably because it's like 1,000 degrees out here. I just rolled up. I haven't even dropped in yet. I put my pads on and I'm already like feeling it like in the chest. It's just hot and humid today, but because there's no one here, it seemed like the perfect time to film another live format uncut series video. So you guys are gonna get to see all my ifs, ands, and buts and stuff, but the topic of today's video is actually gonna be about your scooters and how to make them feel refreshed and brand new and back to like 100%. It really doesn't take much, and there's only a couple upgrades that I would personally recommend that we're gonna dive into today's video. So if you guys want to know how to get your scooter back in shape and just make it feel like brand new without buying an entire brand new scooter, you're definitely gonna love today's video. But like I said before, this is a it is a live uncut format video, which means that you guys get to see all those, like right that, or that mess up where I just did. So we're gonna put you guys on my head and I'm gonna warm up because, well, that's a lie. I'm already cooking hot. It's so hot out here today, but I'm gonna get my rest of my body warmed up. I just got off work and rolled up to the park and there's no one here. So yeah, that's just how it's gonna go today. But we're gonna dive into the bowls first because these are my favorite ramps at Centerville Skate Park. And then after I get like a couple warm-up lines, I will tell you guys the tips and tricks on how to make your scooters feel fresh and brand new again. Oh, we got the lovely ambulance in the background. That's perfect. Can't cut that out. All right, we're just gonna flow around here though. I always like to pump through this bowl first right when I get to the park. It just feels so good to flow. Woo, that's flat. That felt good to flow until my knees didn't, just about buckled. Man, it feels smooth out here today though. I actually already did the upgrades to my scooter, so my scooter's feeling like just super fresh. That's like super with an A. If I was editing these videos, I would add the word super on the screen, but we're not. Whew, man, it's getting a hard one today to talk. Oh my gosh. All right, let me slow down. It's gonna be a hard one today to talk while being so out of breath because of how hot it is. So bear with me on this live format video. I only got about 15 minutes to ride today, which is why I was like, all right, we're filming this and we're getting into it. But hopping into the peanut bowl here. Everyone always calls it the death bowl. I don't know if someone died in it or whatnot, but as far as I know, I don't know actually. I don't want to talk about that anymore, especially while we're riding in it. All right, might as well go to the street section now. It's kind of where we're eyeing up. Let's get a lightsaber. Get a nose blunt, and then, you know, we gotta hit a rail. Nope, because I suck. Yeah, rails. Put jam whiplash. Alright, go after the rail. Dude, it's a fight. Rails are such a fight for me. It's crazy. But let's see, what else we want to do? I need to get the body moving. I have not moved much today at all, and so it's always the hardest part of these videos, is getting these things started out. But we're getting into it. Yes, I like that. Man, I'm so pumped to talk to you guys about how to make your guys' scooter feel better, because there are so many times when I get to the skate park and people, and everyone's scooters, a little janky, you know, when you roll up and there's like 1 or 2 people at the park where their scooter's like just barely hobbling along. It's like you feel bad for them because their scooter is so bad, and if they just knew a couple trips if they just knew a couple tips and tricks, they'd be on a whole nother level of riding. But whew, oh, I'm sweating. All right, let's get a couple flips going in here. You guys know I love my flips. We'll start things off with the flare over here on my favorite ramp in the entire park, which is this 5-foot ramp. Oh, that was so boosted. I caught transition like at the coping. Like, I'm pretty sure my back wheel hit the under coping. I like that. I love when flips feel good, because that usually means it's gonna be a pretty good session. Let's hit the spine a little bit. Actually, let's hit the hip of the spine. So we're gonna hop in over here, and then we're gonna yank it over here. Yo. I'm gonna pump through the bowl. Get a little can. Let's get a heel to bar 180. Nope, we missed the catch on the heel. I apologize. There's just ambulances all over the place today. I will make one cut here. All right, now that that thing is far enough to like keep your ears from bleeding, let's get a couple more tricks here, and then we'll get into the meat of the day's video. Let's get a 360 double bar. Let's see if I can get the speed. 1, 2, yo. Liking that a lot. Whew. Here we go back and try to flip that gap. If you guys have never rode the skate park, you guys would not understand how hard this not box is hard to flip. It's brutal. It's so steep, and it just takes it all out of you. Get a deep breath, and let's go for it. Oh yeah. You know, one good thing about this box though is that if you can flip this thing, you could do any box. Like, it's not even funny. It's actually kind of sad. But if you guys come to this park, you gotta try to flip this thing. I haven't seen too many people do it. There's maybe like 1 or 2 other people on a bike actually. But let's get one more trick here. Let's make 2 more tricks. I want to do a 5 flare and then bust out a buttercup somewhere, like a fat buttercup. Maybe we'll hit maybe like a buttercup over the hip that we hit a second ago. That's my line. 5 flare. We're gonna link it around the park somehow. Hit a buttercup on that hip, and then we're diving into some tips to make your scooters nice and fresh and dialed and feel brand new again. Whew. All right, let's get it. Let's get this 5 flare. I feel like this is gonna be a good one. Oh, that felt so good. See if we can hold a Manny. I ran out of speed, so we're gonna have to transfer. Hit another Manny. We're making it a line. I'm gonna find my way to that other bowl, even if my legs are absolutely cooked. All right, let's try it. We're getting it going. Whew, get some speed. Ah, my legs are high and tired already. All right, we're gonna boost the crap out of this buttercup. Oh, whew. Whoa, that was a brutal one. We boosted the heck out of it way too hard. Whew, I don't usually cuss in these videos. I said the S word. I'm sorry about that. We will have to do editing. Chase, when you're watching this back, you're throwing a bleep on it. Regain my composure here, and then we'll go back for that gnarly buttercup I just about died on. I usually try to make these videos with like no cuts at all, but I'm gonna have to make a cut right there. That one took a minute out of me. Let's try it again though. Fat buttercup. Yoo-hoo! That was a good one. All right, on that note, with a fall, I think we better get into the tricks or the tips because I'm getting sloppy and we just started. All right, let's tell you guys off my head here. Dude, my GoPro is getting so hot too up on my helmet. It's like a freaking pressure cooker. I'm feeling it and it's like 100,000 degrees. Thank goodness for the shade. This is a lifesaver. But get into the tips now on how to make your scooters better, more dialed, and just feel brand new again without spending a lot of cash. First off, if your scooter is not dialed, what are you doing? Like, get an Allen key, borrow an Allen key, and just tighten your scooter up. If your scooter can get dialed, just from tightening it up, it'll make your whole entire ride just feel smoother and better all around. Do the good old drop test. If it don't sound like that, it ain't tight enough. I even got a little bit of a rattle in my headset. I ride a loose headset. I really like a loose headset. It makes whips and buttercups like a lot easier to just sling around. But you guys can see actually here, I'll spin it. It just kind of goes. It just keeps going. Actually, I got a better idea. See how loose I actually ride it. Take it over here to the coping and just weed whack it. Yeah, it'll just keep going. Quick plug, that's actually a Ratchet Pro scooter headset. If you guys want to pick up some of the best headsets in the game, go to ratchetproscooters.com. Actually, if you guys want to pick up some of the best scooter parts in the game, go to ratchetproscooters.com. We got a whole bunch of scooter parts that you guys will definitely like. It'll make your scooters feel a lot more. It would be a humble brag about the parts. Alright, I've rode them for a long time. I love them. I wouldn't ride them if I didn't love them, so just take my word. you'll love them. Go to rapturescooters.com, pick up any parts that you guys have seen on my setup. This deck is coming out this summer. I don't want to say any more about that. You guys got to check out the other videos to see more details on the lightest deck on the market. Anyways, tip number 2, we talked about dialing your scooter. Let's now dive into what kind of parts you could upgrade your scooter with to make your scooter feel fresh. Up first, gonna be grip tape. Grip tape is a big deal. If you guys are riding some really old, gnarly, just super non-grippy grip tape, your feet are gonna be dusting off your deck like as soon as you land. Like, you're gonna land, but then they're just gonna slide off, and that's just never fun. So get yourself some fresh grip tape. Quick plug again, go to rapturescooters.com, get some grip tape. You guys, actually, all right, we're doing a little bit editing in this video. If you guys wanna go grab some Rapture parts, you guys can use the discount code, what is it, maybe like, it's summer? Yeah, use summer, and it'll get like 20% off of your order, so you guys can pick up some Rapture parts and be good to go. That'll also save you guys a little bit of money. All right, besides grip tape though, the other parts that are gonna make the largest impact on your scooter are gonna be your wheels. It's like the thing that's hitting the ground and rolling non-stop. Like, I can't even explain how important a fresh set of wheels will make you like feel like you're going faster. It'll give you more speed. It'll give you more confidence when you're rolling into the ramp, because you're not gonna feel like, you know, if you have a little flat spot, you're not going boom, 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 boom. You're not gonna be feeling that anymore. You kind of feel like you're on a cloud. And sometimes that's just the confidence you need to be able to get the banger trick that you're working on done with, or maybe just give you a little more speed to get that trick done with. But moving on from the wheels, the last part that I would say is going to be the biggest upgrade on your scooter is what you're actually holding on to. That would be your grips. I'm rocking the Rapture Pro Scooters balance grips. They're super soft and gummy and really, really, really grippy. Like, we actually made the inner diameter of these grips thinner than normal grips just so they stay on your bars and don't throttle. Like, I've never gotten throttle grip with the Rapture grips before. So if that's something you guys are concerned about, well, you won't have to be concerned about that anymore if you get some Rapture grips. But besides the point, grips are going to be a huge deal. If your hands are slipping on your scooter from like really worn out grips, or maybe your grips are just not the right size for you, or too short, or just worn down, maybe you're touching the metal at that point, you're not going to have the control of your scooters that you need to be able to get certain tricks around. Loud car. All right, we're keeping this live, we're not editing that out. Anyways, grips are gonna be a big deal. Definitely upgrade them, and you'll just instantly feel a little bit more in control of your scooter when you're actually on top of your scooter, rolling around, carving, hitting bri flips and all that stuff, because your grips directly connected to your hands. Actually, it's very important. Let me explain why I talked about the grips, wheels, and grip tape. These are all 3 parts that you're literally touching the entire time. You got to keep those fresh. It's gonna be the game changer, and they're like the cheapest parts on your scooter too. If you guys don't upgrade those parts and you're just like, I need a new scooter, that's like way more expensive than just upgrading 3 little parts on your scooter. So that's gonna be probably the most important part of this video, is just keeping your scooter dialed, upgrading the small parts on your scooter to get it feeling back to 100%. And then now let's get into the last tip. But first, I haven't rode in a second. I'm gonna go drop back into the bowl. I'm gonna put you guys back on my head here, and we're gonna get back into it. See if I can get a little drop in on the death side of the death bowl here. And I want to get a bar to Manny stall, and then I want to do a bri flip drop in out of a cab. So like, I'm gonna take a path, stop, hook it around. You won't be able to know what I'm talking about until I just do it, so we're just gonna try it. This might take a couple tries. We'll do a little bar, Manny. Oh, those fresh wheels definitely help with manuals too, by the way. Oh, I got too much speed for the bri. Can we hook it? Oh, this is sketchy because I'm going into the crack. Oh, I stopped though. Hey, first tee. I don't really like how I stopped the fakie. I pushed my brake by accident, but it got me to slow down enough to hug it. That was a fun one. On the GoPro, it looks less intimidating than it actually is. It's a deep bowl to bri flip drop into, especially from a slight fakie. But one more line here, then we'll get into the last tip on how to make your scooter feel brand new again. Whew, catch my breath. Whew. All right, we're gonna get a Superman on this hip right here. Oh, we ain't getting a Superman, we hit the coping. Yar gnarly. All right, move that back real quick. Get a Superman. Oh my, we're getting a little worried today, aren't we? Let's get a flip on this guy. Whoa, that was an ugly flip. Man, this heat is just killing me. whip, run, scoot, 180. Hey, yo. That was the smoothest part of the line. Actually, that's the same trick that took my finger out back like 2 years ago now. Quick little finger update for those of you guys who've been watching the channel for a while. This finger is still not straight. I literally can't get it straight for the life of me. I push it on the bench, hit it a couple times, nothing. It'll just stay crooked. I think it's gonna be like that the rest of my life. But I got full strength here. Well, for the most part, strength back in the finger. So that's good enough for me. But let's get into the last tip on how to make your scooter feel brand new, or like better. This is actually gonna come down to just physically looking at your scooter. And by that I mean, look at your scooter, check all the welds, check underneath the bars, check for common crack spots, look for the fork, make sure it's not bent at all, check the wheels, make sure they're not like off-centered or like hit to the side too many times, check the deck, make sure there's no cracks in it, check your brake, make sure it's nice and tight and dialed. These are really important parts to just like making your confidence level in your scooter just so much better. If you have confidence in your scooter, then you will feel so much more comfortable to send that next trick. If you're like feeling your scooter's gonna fall apart, or maybe like you've just never even touched a tool to your scooter before, you're not gonna have the same confidence that you would if you were to have inspected it thoroughly, looked at every crease and crevice, and like, know that your scooter's gonna hold up to the banger you're about to send. That's one of the things I used to do so much. I used to look at my scooter after every session. I don't do it as much as I used to just because I have like no free time, but when I get a chance, I am always inspecting my scooter, looking at the welds, making sure there's no cracks, just like moving all the parts, just like physically touching them, making sure everything is working properly. This is a tool, and if your tool is not functioning correctly, you're not gonna be functioning correctly at the skate park. So I think that pretty much covers all of the like tips and tricks on how to make your scooter feel brand new and back to like 100% and just good again. It's so important to be like comfortable on your scooter. If you're not comfortable on your scooter, you should probably get a different scooter, or follow the tips in this video before getting a new scooter. Actually, what am I talking about? But man, that was pretty sick. I enjoyed today's video. I'm sweating up a storm, and it's only been about 15 minutes, and that's a rough one. This was a hard video to film just with how hot it was. But we're not getting out of here yet. I'm doing one more 5 flare because you guys know I cap these videos off with a 5 flare just to make sure they're nice and dialed. That's actually another tip for those of you guys who are trying to dial in tricks and just stay on the edge of your game. If there's a trick that you like want to stay consistent at, you gotta do it over and over and over again. I always say you're not professional at something until you do it 1,000 times. So for 540 flares, I've probably done them actually more than like 10,000 times, but it's still one of those things that you lay upside down, it's a bad day. So let's finish this session off strong here, and I'll let you guys get on with your day. Oh yeah, that was a little boosty, I like that. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked it, give me a big old thumbs up and smash that subscribe button. And if you guys have any tips to making your scooter feel brand new again, comment them down below. I'd love to see your comment. I love looking through the comments. But now, without any more hesitation, guys, I'm gonna get out of here, go sit in the AC a little bit, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.